Hey, all my rising stars. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Hey, all my rising stars. Today's story time with LaDonna. We're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be telling a story about when we lost a snake. Well, I didn't lose. I didn't lose the snake in my house. My boyfriend had lost the snake in our house. So uh, back in my hometown, me and my boyfriend, my kids, my last two kids' father, we he had went and got this snake, big old snake. I don't know what made him want a snake, but he had a homeboy who had a snake, and he loved that snake. And he was just like, I'm going to give me a snake, and I'm just like, I cannot stand snakes. Why is this man going to get a snake? So he went and he bought the little tank for the snake, about all the stuff that he needed for the snake. And he put the snake in our room. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so afraid of this snake. You know, I got my kids. I don't know what this snake is about. It wasn't a small snake that we got when it was small. This snake was a good little size snake. So one day the snake had shedded, and we couldn't find the snake. And the snake had some kind of way got out of the little cage, but he didn't really go nowhere. I guess he had shed. Ooh, I hate snakes. I'm just talking about it, y'all. I'm just oh. But anyway, the snake had it had um crawled up in this little it's in the closet. It was some little thing where it had I guess some kind of way it got out, and it crawled up in there after it shed it or whatever. Anyway, uh after that time we had started he started putting the snake in, and he put the rock on top of the snake. So after all that had happened, me and him, um he was going back to California to visit his family, and he was going to take our son with him. My son was probably about 6 months at the time when he took him. So I didn't want him to take my son, but I'm just like, we already stay into it. We don't do nothing but fight. We don't do nothing but argue all the time. So I'm kind of ready to get a break from him. So after he took the after this, I told him, I said, what are you gonna do with this snake? You finna leave and go back home. What are you gonna do with this snake? So after we had got into it, he had took the snake out or whatever, and he was letting the snake crawl around. I was like, that is so disrespectful. You know I don't like snakes. Why are you doing that? You just doing it because you just want to be mean and hateful. You just want to be mean and hateful, because we just constantly go back and forth, constantly go back and forth over just stupid stuff. And I'm telling him, that is just mean and hateful. My kids is in this house, and you got this snake all out. And he was just like, that snake ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'm like, but how do you know? How do you know? You ain't even had that snake that long, but you think you know the snake, and you don't even know the snake. So we I think his grandmother had got him a ticket. He's supposed to been leaving in, I think, like 3 or 4 days. Oh, excuse me. We're supposed to been leaving. He's supposed to be leaving in 3 or 4 days. So we steady argue. We just arguing and arguing and arguing. So every time I noticed that we argue, he would always go get the snake and bring the snake out. So I think this was one day he had left, and this is the day I found out I was pregnant. Uh, I was pregnant with our second child, and I had got really, really sick. And I had told him, I'm not sleeping in that room no more. As long as that snake is in that room, I'm not sleeping in the room. I sleep in the room with my kids. But my brother had needed somewhere to stay. My brother in a wheelchair, he had needed somewhere to stay. So I told him he can come stay with us. And so I had told him he can either sleep on the couch or he can sleep in the room in the kids in my kids room, and my kids can either sleep in the living room or they can sleep in the room with me, because me and him wasn't on good terms no way. So um after my brother came to stay with us, my brother was like, no, I'll just sleep on the couch, and you let the kids keep their room or whatever. So my brother slept on the couch, and I couldn't sleep on the couch no more, so I had to sleep in the living room. I mean, in the bedroom. And I never slept at nighttime because I'm always watching that tank. And it was one night before he left, he said, I ain't sleeping with that rock on there. You the only one that's scary. I ain't sleeping with that rock on there. So he took the rock off, so I couldn't sleep. So I go in the room with my kids. And when I go in the room with my kids, he had took the snake out, and he had let the snake roam around in the house. And so when he got ready to leave that next morning, he couldn't find the snake. His plane, no, he caught the bus. He uh he uh he had like 6 hours before his bus was coming. He searched and searched, him and my brother looked everywhere for that snake, couldn't find that snake nowhere. So he didn't even care. He got on that bus, got him and my son got on that bus,